Sorry,
Hi, and welcome to AFTV. I have Ali with me from the Pride of South London Fan TV. Obviously, a Palace channel hit there.
Yep.
And we've just come off the back of winning 3-1. Roy Hodgson's last game at Selhurst. Oh, I mean, Ali, what went wrong, do you think, for you today? Because I actually think it was quite a close game in periods of the game today.
I kind of feel like you've done to us what we've done to other teams this season and smashed and grabbed us there at the end. I felt like if anyone was going to score in the second half, it would be us, with the fans behind in the home style sort of sucking the ball in. But you went up the other end and Martinelli came up with the goal. And he's a player, actually, I think Arteta should have utilised more this season. I know many Arsenal fans think that too. And actually, that was a good substitution from Arteta for once.
100%. Do you think you missed, I know this is a random one because obviously Eze has been injured, but do you think you missed him today?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is the most gutting news today for Palace fans. You know, first time back in the stadium and everyone's looking forward to watching him play. And to get that news this morning was awful. He's been especially in really good form of late. And what he does as well is he frees Zaha up. It means the defenders have more options to think about rather than just 2 or 3 marking Zaha. They have to deal with Eze too. And I'll tell you what, with the new manager's job is going to be difficult. It's just got a lot harder. And I think as well, I think it will take a big fee now for anyone to take Zaha away, because if you sell him too, then we really could be in trouble. But yeah, absolutely gutting today. I can't think of anything more gutting really, apart from maybe having someone of Eze's quality on your books in your academy and not signing him on.
Yeah, Ali, do you know what? You say for Palace fans it was gutting, and for Palace fans it was gutting. For me as well, I'm going to be honest, I watch you guys to watch him as well. I think he's a great talent, so I hope he recovers fast. I know it's his Achilles that he's been injured, but
it's a big one.
It's a big one, man. It's 6 to 8 months, and hopefully he does return, because I think he's a great player. But going back to the game now, we kind of spoke just before, and people here at the studio, we thought there should have been 2 red cards for your Palace players. I'm hearing you disagree. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think so. I think it was quite a feisty game, and the tone was set, wasn't it, within 5 minutes when Tierney went down quicker than Kroenke signs a European Super League contract. And that just set the tone. And do you know what? I missed that. Wasn't it great? I know, wasn't it great to have a bit of needle between fans and a player? Yeah,
the booing every time.
I was like, you know what? It just feel like football was back, and fair play to Tierney. He got a really good assist, didn't he? Not for me. I felt like one of them, the foot was high, but it wasn't quite high enough. So I'm not really sure what you're all on about, really, to be honest.
Yeah, no, fair. Listen, from a Palace perspective, I get it, but we were all up in arms over here. But do you know what I did find as well? When players were going down, I could still hear them scream, which I find amazing, considering you had some of your fans back in the ground, because you guys are a loud bunch. So that did surprise me as well.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were going down a fair bit, weren't you? But, I mean, come on. I mean, I've heard the word. I've seen. I do love DT. He's good fun. I've seen him use the word justice. I mean, I didn't think justice. I mean, don't know what justice he's on about. Maybe he's found his hat that a Palace fan swiped a few years ago. But no, it's all good fun. I kind of see where you're coming from. It was a feisty encounter, but I didn't think there were any red cards in it. Maybe close. I think maybe if a couple of those players had done something else, then maybe it would have tipped over the edge.
Yeah, fair. Do you think the players, obviously, like for us, I wouldn't call it a nothing game, because now we're kind of in contention maybe for scraping Europa League. There's talks, obviously, the European Conference League for us. But do you think your players were there giving it 100% today, considering it was more for the fans and Roy Hodgson, or was it just would you say you're playing for nothing at the moment as well, because it's a mid-table at the moment? Yeah,
the season's been dead for a while, to be honest. My Palace fans have been counting it down for a long time. But I feel like it went up a notch with the Hodgson announcement yesterday. And suddenly the game felt more important to a Palace fan. And I'm disappointed for Roy, because I wanted him to go out with at least a draw. And then obviously just having us back in the ground. And I think, to be honest, I think most of the fans who were lucky enough to get in today were just enjoying being back together. You could hear the drama and the fanatics again. And I think it was more about an occasion for Roy and the fans being back in the stadium today, because our season, it was like one of those World Cup games where both teams haven't qualified and it's a dead rubber. But suddenly I'm reading you could get into the European Zenith Data System Conference Cup, wherever it is.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry or if it's an insult or not, but yeah, that is, I mean, we don't know either. I don't know if a lot of Arsenal fans here, I don't know if they want the European Conference League. Personally, for the club, personally for myself, I do, but I don't think it's the greatest. I think we should be out of Europe football if it's going to be the Conference League next season. But listen, Ali, before we wrap up, I want to quickly ask you as well. Obviously, Roy Hodgson's out, he's leaving. Who would you like to see take that position for Palace going forward?
You've asked a really difficult question. Every Palace fan that gets linked, every manager that gets linked, Palace fans find a negative. So out of the names mentioned, I've gone around. For me, I would go for Frank Lampard. Initially, I was totally against it because of his defensive structure. And if you listen to what Derby fans and Chelsea fans say, is that that's his weakness. So I would only hire him on the condition that he is brought in alongside an experienced assistant manager. I think he at Chelsea lacked sort of like a Mike Phelan that Ollie has at Man United. And also I would want a very good defensive coach alongside him, which is why I'm a bit surprised we've let Ray Lewington go alongside Roy. It sounds to me, I think they listen. I'm really sad to see Roy go, but I'm not going to say I'm disappointed. A lot of Palace fans have wanted this for a while, and I think this has been lined up for a while. And I think the media are speculating. I think Parish knows he's coming in. The reason why I want Lampard is our academy is the best it's been since I've known. Our under 18s came second. Our under 23s are in the playoff final. There's a couple of Saha vibes in those under 18s.
Yeah, no, there is. I've heard a lot about the Palace Academy actually of recent. So yeah, you're very right in what you're saying there.
And whatever you say about Lampard, he brought through the young players at Chelsea. And for me, that's why out of them, he seems the best fit. The only other one I see that's not mentioned that I'll throw in there, and I think if he worked on... Sorry?
Arteta?
Oh, mate, he's going to carry on Roy's legacy. I mean, I remember when he took off Aubameyang when you needed that goal. I messaged Robbie and I said, that is a substitution out of the Roy Hodgson textbook. Not for me. But I think that Lampard, if he can bring through the youth. But the only other one I would say I'll throw in there is Rafa Benitez.
Okay, yeah. Also another good manager and a lot of experience. Listen, Ali, before we go, let them know where they can find you, bro. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on. Pride of South London Fan TV. You can find me on YouTube. Lots of Palace content, but also other content. A couple of videos on Wilfried Zaha, truth behind the stats, and exposing the myth that he was a Man United flop. I know Zaha's a player Arsenal fans like to talk about a lot. And also I'll be doing stuff on the Euros in the summer. So yeah, come and subscribe. Pride of South London Fan TV. If you could get me to 1K, I might join the Free Zaha movement.
Legend.